Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogia Monster here. Welcome to WTF Live, or Why the Fascination. It is Tuesday night. I hope everybody's doing good. Sorry. Good to see everybody in chat tonight. I'm got to get used to a new chair once again. I went from that little recliner to a kind of an office chair. Let's see. Who do we have here tonight? Cashew High, Super Sleuth, Juanita, Scotty B. Paul, what's up, buddy? Katita Chris, is that how you pronounce that? I've never seen it before. Well, welcome. Who else? Mike, what it do, man? Long Island Bigfoot. Tom Paul. So, right. Salisbury, Mogia Monster, I'm trying, but I'm fed up to the clouds with censorship for any reason. I wasn't blocked on Odyssey until tonight, and Carrie was not there tonight, so I'm pretty... What's up? Dude, you know what? I have to address this, dude, because you're kind of disruptive. You know, I appreciate the whole, you don't want to be censored and shit, but you know what? You also don't have to be, rude. I had a guest on recently, and you left, a pretty shitty comment, and I deleted the comment. It's not necessary, dude. If you want to hang out, but don't be a pain in the ass, because otherwise, I'm sorry, but you will be removed. It's the way it is. I can't have negativity in my chat, and if that's what you're going to produce, you have to do it somewhere else. Who else is here? Tracy Jones, what's going on? Batmom, hi. Big Rob. Yeah, I want to thank you guys, my mods. You guys do an awesome job. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep it up. I got a treat for you guys tonight. Was it 2 weeks ago? We had Duke Sullivan on. Duke's popping on tonight. Also, Christy Sci-Fi, she was here the other night. She's with us tonight. Figure we'll have them both on. No, what it is let me bring Duke up. What's going on, Duke?
Hey, howdy, rowdies all across the country, the continent, and the world out there, checking it out and hanging out with Mogia Monster and the Duke and Christy Sci-Fi Gal. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad you're on tonight. I really didn't have anything planned. It was funny you called me, and I was like, no, come on. It's like
I called him up to see, hey, who have you got for your guest tonight? And he said, my guest dropped out. I can't get him till next week. And I went, oh, well, I want to do a sound check anyway. I'll come on and be your guest.
Yeah, that's the thing is whenever Duke has to test his equipment, he calls me. Yeah, come on. What the hell? We'll figure it out.
If it works,
right.
Then you get the historical first show where Duke's sound ever worked properly. So,
right?
Yeah.
You were here for it, guys, tonight. I also want to bring Christy Sci-Fi on. Christy, how are you, hon?
Okay. I'm suffering with sinuses right now.
Yeah, how you feeling?
A little bit better. I took some sinus med. Duke.
You still a little sore?
Yeah, that man messed my neck up yesterday when I went to physical therapy. Oh, God. He had me twisting my neck side to side. It's all sore now. I got a headache, I'm sorry I look like crap.
You look great.
Well, you look better than you feel, more than likely. I feel like crap, too. It's that time of the year. My back is hurting constantly. Oh. And, between me and Christy, this is like having the Brokeback Bigfooters twin on your show. Because we both got broken-ass backs, and we're out there trying to find Bigfoot. What the hell's wrong with us?
I know, right?
I got a broken back, but I'm not out there trying to do it. No,
yes,
so indeed. I can't believe that it's the 15th and Christmas is 10 days away. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And then,
can you imagine how busy Santa is right now? He must be railing lines of meth right and left as fast as the elves can lay them out for him.
Oh, jeez.
I'm telling you. Jingle bells. I'll be glad when
I
it's
don't
over.
even know how to comment on that.
I got a song, but I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to be good.
Nobody
Starts with
ever thought about how Santa can actually move that fast, did they?
What the hell are the reindeer on?
Yeah, exactly. Guess what he's putting in their reindeer trout.
Oh shit! I
Oh,
see.
damn.
Wait a minute. I saw somebody say hi to somebody, and I'm just trying to see if it's who I think it is, but I can't see.
Oh, Cashew said hello. Hello, Cashew. I like that Cashew. That's cute.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Tweaker, on Zippin'.
That's terrible, but funny. Yes, Duke has a bandana on. That's right.
It's camo, too.
He's wearing a camo bandana tonight. That's awesome.
I'm rolling with the hoodie and the jogging pants on. I am cold. It's like 40-something degrees here.
It's chilly.
Yeah,
it's
chilly.
Like it's
We're down there,
about
that's
here.
chilly. Damn right.
No, for you, it's colder up there by you. But like I was telling you, we got that damp cold down here. It gets under your skin.
Yep.
You know?
That's the way it is up in northern Minnesota in the frozen swamps that I used to live in up there. It's always humid, even in the middle of the winter. Just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have this cold.
Is that what they are up
it.
there? Is that swamps up there?
That's all there is up there. The biggest bog in the lower 48's in northern Minnesota. It's 200 square
really?
miles. 200 square miles. Yeah.
Shit.
There is no road going into it or through it.
Yeah. That's all we got down here.
That's a lot of swamp.
Yeah.
We got a lot of swamp down
Well,
here.
you expect it down south. You just
Yeah.
don't think about that being up north.
Yeah, if you fly in an airplane, just south of the Canadian border across northern Minnesota, basically all you see is water with little strips of land in between it. There's
Really?
literally 30,000 lakes in Minnesota, and most of them are right up by the Canadian border. And a lot of the parts where it looks like there's land and there's trees and stuff, those are swamps.
Right on.
Oh, man. I dropped my Sasquatch on the floor. He fell down.
He went
Poor
to
Sasquatch.
Oh, I don't have my Sasquatch
Jenny Metz, hi. Good to see
action
you,
figure
Lane.
here today.
Yeah.
Just trying to see who else.
Can't
is
even
here.
see him. I don't want to put him on top of my
Sandra
computer.
Pink's videos. Welcome.
Oop, there he is.
What's the latest in the Bigfoot news from down there, Christy?
Nothing.
Nothing. Bigfoot's not doing anything in Louisiana. They're being all lazy and
They must be migrating, following a deer.
Yeah, you're in the south. Where did the deer migrate to down
You
there?
made me spit my Coke out.
Yeah, the deer migrate to a different part of Louisiana. I don't know
Yeah,
where
they go left and right. They don't go up and down.
No.
They swim across the Gulf of Mexico and go to South America for the winter.
They must.
Johnny Half, what's going on?
I was getting ready to tell him hello. He said hi. Christy said hi. Thanks, Joey. He says I got a best accent. Thank you.
Rooted Expeditions, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Albert Trent Jr. What the hell's going on, man? Where you been? I'm so happy to see you. Picture you hunting recently. That was cool. Happy holidays to you too, man. Good to see you. Jared Indigo, or Crazy Indian now. What's up, man? He keeps changing his name. I'm used to Jared Indigo Loco. So, yeah, your equipment's working, Duke. I haven't seen a glitch yet. No stop, no pause, nothing. It's just,
You sound good. I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, that's good news because it means I can start recording a whole bunch more shows. It also means I track down to exactly where the problem is in the system. So now I can do something to fix it permanently.
Yeah, it's not your Wi-Fi, apparently.
No,
Yeah,
it's
well, it is in a way because I'm on an Ethernet cable.
Well,
If I was going
you know what I mean.
Wi-Fi,
It's
I'd be
not.
having a problem. Yeah, it's just the stream rate is too low, so I've got to like either use an Ethernet cable all the time or get more expensive internet. There's the answer.
Yeah.
well.
Sandra Piper, hello.
You
So-
sound really, 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 really good.
This will be helpful for future shows, and you guys won't be going, "What the hell is Duke saying in the background?" He keeps fading out.
Real deal. What's happening?
Hey, Real. So anyway, I got an interesting report last week of somebody that needed some help and contacted me from over in Idaho. They live next to a big wilderness area and decided that they wanted to go take a hike around in this one part that people don't usually go to, and immediately started getting followed by something that then growled at them, and they saw something run across the trail that was big, black, and humanoid shaped. And so they turned around, they went back, and within a short order, one of his kids saw something weird at the window. They started hearing weird noises around the house. Wife was looking out the window and saw this like dog-headed looking thing peeking at her from the wood line, and started getting really freaked out. And then they heard something walking on the roof, and he went and checked the next day, and there were these huge like dog-looking tracks on the roof. Which,
That's crazy that was on the roof.
Yeah. Apparently he's got a dog man messing around over by his property, and that's over there in Idaho. So he's taking necessary precautions to keep the canine culprit at bay.
What's he doing? Like, how do you deter a dog man?
No, they're supernatural. Use supernatural deterrence.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, would shit like putting sulfur around your property work? I mean, supposedly.
Well, they're not. There's like different kinds of supernatural and different things you can do to deal with them. So this isn't like having problems with little people, fae, something like that. This is a different thing. So standard things that keep away demons or anything like that work.
All right. Hilton
Get the
Littlewood
heck
says,
out of my
"Sniffle,
yard
sniffle,
now."
sniffle."
Yeah.
Everybody's got the sniffles. Wonder Woman, what's happening? She says garlic and silver crosses. What about? Yes.
Silver actually works on the undead and doesn't have any effect on lycanthropes. That's a Hollywood thing.
What about iron?
Iron works good against the fae. They can't cross barriers with iron.
Long Island Bigfoot says that's where I saw one at my house. It was on a neighbor's roof.
Yeah, unfortunately, apparently they're pretty good at springing up to high areas, and then, of course, they've got hands on the upper part, so they can grab onto things. So they might be pretty good at climbing.
Yeah, you would think. Hey, D is here. Nice to see you.
What's up? That's Lady in the Woods. What's up, D?
Hey, lady.
Metal roof.
Yeah, it's like a twisted, sinister B-movie version of Fiddler on the Roof. Except it's a werewolf on the roof. You start hearing these weird growling sounds and a violin playing on the roof. Don't frickin' go outside.
Oh, right.
No. Werewolf starts talking Yiddish.
Yeah, exactly. Oi, come on, climb up and visit here. I'm perfectly fine, I am. I won't do anything, I promise you.
Oh, jeez. Has anybody got questions?
He is a trip. Oh, my God.
If anybody's got questions for Duke, myself, or Christy, please feel free to ask them. Just put them in caps. Who else can we insult tonight?
Let's poke fun at everyone as long as we're at it.
I know, right?
No.
You mess.
It's all in jest.
I don't know if there are any Levantine werewolves. I haven't heard about any werewolves from that part of the world. I don't know if that's a thing from the Middle East or not.
Hold on, I'm just reading real quick.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now people are like, this is funny. I said, who else can we insult? Overbuilt's like, insult me, Mogs. Patrick Vaughn wants to know the most interesting experience that y'all have had one at a time. And he picked you. You guys flip a coin on who goes first.
I'm gonna go last because he knows my experiences because he was part of Bigfoot Explorer. He was the tracker.
That's what I thought.
He's a punk.
I haven't had any Bigfoot experiences yet, so.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I
do. I plan on it.
I've had so many different experiences, it's hard to classify which one is the most interesting. They're all pretty interesting if you sit and think about them and dissect them.
But is there one that stands out among the most? Maybe one that scared the shit out of you more?
No, I think probably the most interesting one is when I was sitting in my tent about 150, maybe 100 yards to 150 yards away from where the Squatches had their blind that they would drive the deer into, and they'd nab one about 3 or 4 times a week. And right around dark, you'd hear them get into position. And the one that was actually in grabbing position would make a wood knock. And the one that was going to chase the deer down the trail, who was much closer to me, would make some kind of a little call back to him, like a little whoop or a bird call or something like that. And then it would go still and you wouldn't hear anything. Well, about 10 minutes after they got into position, some Yahoo up on top of the mountain must have just got done watching Finding Bigfoot or something, because he came out and let out this most really bad Bigfoot howl ever. And I'm sitting there listening to this going, oh, shut up. And all of a sudden I hear the 2 Squatches that are actually in position over there. And one of them goes, or something along those lines. It sounded like a cross between a raven cackling and some other kind of little chortling and chirping sound. And then the other one just made a dull thud sound back to him. And I just started cracking up because I don't know why, but it struck me that they were giving it a review and it was like, that sucked really bad.
Everybody's a critic.
Well, my experience would be all of them because Patrick was there for most of them, so he knows what we conquered, what we did, how we did it. So every one of them was unique, But I think my favorite thing out of the whole experience of seeing eye shine. I mean, we're sitting on a levee. There was 6 of us in the total dark. It's cold. We're sitting there for about an hour, and we're doing calls and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, we get up and start walking down the levee because we got moonlight, that we could see. And when I seen the eye shine, I was like, "There's eye shine. There's eye shine." And I seen those cashew-shaped eyes. I mean, that was the suspenseful part of it, And then from when I seen it, it was amber colored. And then when we walked around, him and his other tracker partner, which is a little guy short like me, they call him Shorty. He goes, "There it is." He sees the red eye shine. "I see it. It's right there. There it is." And Patrick's going, "Yeah, there it is." Of course, I was in the back talking to the landowner. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's just like walking to the front. We're back in the back, But when I seen the video, I was like, "Oh yeah, oh holy moly, there is red eye shine."
So it started out as white and then it turned to red.
It was amber in color. Yeah,
amber, and then it turned to red.
Yeah, it was like cashew shaped. It was like a foot across, and it was watching. And I tapped him on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Patrick, there's Aishan. And of course, our other friend, the video guy, he goes, oh, that's a light. No. And Patrick says, oh, no, that's Aishan. And then, of course, they, moving the camera around, and then you can see, like, Aishan behind him, and he's got this call thing, and he goes, like that. I was laughing. And you can see the Aishan in the back of him going,
Yeah. What the F is wrong with that guy?
What an idiot.
we just had so much fun. It was a great experience.
How far away were you from the Eyeshine?
Oh, probably maybe 20 to 30 yards.
No, that's pretty close.
At all.
Yeah, he was close. He was close. But I tell you, that was an experience.
No doubt. Patrick says, any experience, Smoke? My experience are with the paranormal. A few things that have happened to me. No UFO. I know. No UFO, no Bigfoot sightings, just some paranormal stuff. Duke, Mr. Lee 3PO wants to know,
hey, Lee.
Duke, if you would not have had any experiences, what would you be doing now?
I wouldn't even be living in this state. I'd be in some other part of the country, married with kids.
So Duke's happy you found Bigfoot.
I don't know. It's debatable. Maybe I would have been super happy and had a great wife and wonderful kids. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. It's never too late. Well, for the kids' part.
Ooh, that's a good question. Look at the last one. It's a good one for Duke.
Yeah, it is. Andrew Brunson wants to know, Duke, you think Glag will ever be seen again?
Certainly possible. I hope I get to see him at some point.
Well, you kind of know where to look, right?
Right. Yeah, not as much as those guys roam around. No. Yeah, I can narrow it down to like maybe what state he might be in. If you consider that helpful.
Well, it's probably one of two, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere up here in the Pac West, so that narrows it down to like 5 or 6 states.
Oh, you think it's Well, he got big though, didn't he? He's like, how tall is he now?
14.
14? That's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Sleuth wants to know, what is Glag?
Glag is a very large Bigfoot that was friends with Kevin Lang. And if you want to know more, go watch the shows on my channel.
Yeah, definitely. It's called the Glag. Would you call it the Glag Saga?
Yeah.
Yes. Super Sleuth, definitely check it out. Even if you don't believe it, it's an amazing story. And if you don't cry when you listen to it, you're not human.
I always tell the people that have doubts about the story to keep in mind that, if the story isn't true, what you're saying is that Kevin is one of the greatest storytellers ever.
Absolutely.
He's probably better than J.R.R. Tolkien. And he's an incredible actor who they should have had working in Hollywood his whole life, not wasting his time doing the jobs he was doing, because he's like better than most of the actors in Hollywood. So, yeah, if you think he has those two attributes, sure, go ahead. Think he's not telling the truth.
Exactly.
Plus, we know other people that have also had Glag sightings and interacted with them. So when he was up here and he met with them, Glag was here. So, right, there was other people that see him.
Cashew, do you have the link for Duke's channel? Could you possibly post that, please? Any of my moderators, please?
Post a link for the first episode. I think it's like, I redid them. There's a playlist on my channel that's got Glag Saga redone, and all the ones that have been redone with good sound are on that playlist.
Right on. So if you guys heard that in chat, you can follow the link as soon as that gets posted. It's definitely a good. It's an amazing series. It's an amazing story. I mean, I told my dad to listen to it. I said, even if you don't believe in it, just listen to it. You know, it's really incredible.
Yeah, it's like Born Free of the Sasquatch world or something. This teenage kid runs into this orphan Bigfoot and befriends it and hangs around with him for 5 years. That's the story.
Dude, when can we see more of Caveman?
I haven't been able to get a hold of Caveman for a couple months. I don't know if he's busy with school or what's going on down there. I was supposed to try and have Brenda Harris from down there on too.
I thought I saw you, Pammy. Does anyone have plans for another search? Pammy, there's so many. Pamela's my sister, by the way, guys. There are so many different independent searches going on right now. It's crazy.
There's always somebody out in the woods looking for Bigfoot somewhere on the continent, no matter what time of day or what day it is. There's somebody out there.
Thanks for asking, Pammy.
Good question.
Yeah. Yeah, people that are newer to the community don't realize just how many research organizations and individual researchers there are, not only all over the continent, but all over the world. And, you know, they're all out there as much as they can get out there and do anything. And then you only get to see the ones that are like getting name recognition and showing their stuff. There's dozens and dozens of them that are just like the little guys, or they're not even posting anything, but they have amazing stuff that they're just not even posting because, like, why post it? People are just going to ridicule us, so they don't care.
I don't know, dude. If I had something good, I'd be posting it.
After you get something good and post it, and you get ridiculed a ton, then you won't think that.
Joey Hayes says, "Hey, Sister Mugs."
Yeah.
What else did I see? The Bat Mom says, "My mom was the one who introduced Duke Show to me. Always great shows."
Thanks, Bat Mom. Wait, does that mean Batman watches my show too? I suppose he's got to have some downtime between fighting crime.
I don't know. I think we'd make a good Kleenex commercial here tonight. Everybody's sniffling.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
I got my Quincy shoes right here.
See?
I got a booger as the size of a Sasquatch.
Cashew, thank you so much for posting that. That's awesome. So if anybody wants to check that out, please hit that link Cashew posted and check out the Glag Saga. That's really cool.
Yeah, here it's the temperature variation because you're indoors where it's like 75 and then you go outside and it's 20 and your nose starts running right away. Then you walk back in and it keeps running for half an hour.
Mid-South Sasquatch. I get ridiculed practically every video, but it doesn't stop me from showing everything I video, and it shouldn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Keep on doing that, dude.
Oh, I totally agree with doing that, but that's not what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that don't feel that way, and we're not getting to see their evidence.
Of course, and there's some brilliant footage out there, I'm sure.
I know there's one guy here in Montana that's been doing boots on the ground, butt in the field research for 60 years, and he doesn't even have a Facebook account. He does nothing online social media.
Howdy, Pappy. Good to see you. TFE.
You got two questions right there. You got by Super Sleuth, and then after that, TFB.
TFE.
TFB.
I've heard there are 4 types of Bigfoot. What are they?
Good question. If you can figure that one out, let us all know. Some of us classify them because there seem to be variations that make you think that there's subspecies. Bigfoot Outlaws classify 3 different variants, type 1, 2, and 3. And type 1 is like a classic patty type Bigfoot. A type 2 are more monkey, ape-like, and generally don't get as big, apparently. I don't live in the south where these things are. And then the other type 3 is they say it's a dog man, but it's a face eater. That's what was the LBL monster and that whole thing. Gugwe, that's a type 3. And they don't have a type 4. I have a tentative type 4 because there seems to be something that's a lot of the natives classified sort of like as a Wendigo type thing. that may or may not be a Gugly, could be something completely different. So a tentative type 4 on that one. So that's where 4 types that I use come from.
Right on. Well, thanks for answering that. Hope that helped. Where did that other question go? That was
TFV. He asked if
I got it. I think
you got it.
Well, I scrolled down and it it disappeared on me. There we go. Christy, what does your family think of your research, like parents, siblings, cousins, etc.?
Oh, they like the idea of me doing it, but they just want me to be careful out there, you know?
So they believe
Oh, yeah. Believe? Oh, yeah. My mom, dad, my brother, my sisters, yep. My daughter is kind of iffy about it, you know? She doesn't know.
Just don't get eaten by the Rougarou. That's the main thing, right?
Yeah. But, you know, they like the idea of it. Like I said, just with a careful notion on their side, you know. Thanks for asking a question. Appreciate it.
So, Pammy, when are you coming out? I know you're coming out in a couple weeks. My sister's coming out from Jersey to hang out for a couple months.
Yeah, right on.
Well, my dad just had open heart surgery, so she's going to come in and help out.
I'm sure he could use the aid.
Yeah, he's gonna what's the word?
Recover.
That's a good word. Down at my sister's in Phoenix or Queen Creek. It's East Valley, and he's gonna recover there for a little while. And then when my sister gets out here, he's gonna come home and she'll help him out.
Has anybody heard anything in chat, especially if you heard from Robert Boston, Bigfoot in Germany recently? Because, you know, he had 2 open heart surgeries before he moved back here from Germany. And he's had additional problems since then.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
No, but I can get in touch with him for you if you want me to.
Well, what's Bob in Nevada now?
Yeah, I think that was it. Rambling Bob in Nevada or something.
Yeah.
Changed it.
I told him to put Bob not in Germany anymore.
Bob, thank God I escaped from Germany.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, you got a good question from Who's Your Squatch for Duke.
Duke, what got you started in Bigfoot?
Seeing one of them when I was a kid. You know, as soon as I saw that thing when I was sledding, you know, well, then you know they're real. That gets you interested in it. I was all willing to never go in the woods again or anything, whatever it took to not have to run into one. But then one showed right up on my yard. I was sitting in the driveway waiting for me to walk into him in the dark. And I went, well, this staying out of the woods thing isn't working. Apparently, I'm going to have to learn more about what these things are.
Yeah, when they show up in your driveway, then it's like...
Yeah.
Change plans.
Yeah.
All right on. So January 1st, huh, Pammy? Right on.
There's 2 good questions. You need to scroll back up. I seen a good one.
Moog, you're going to come up and do some squatching up here in Montana this summer, right? And see some.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I want to get up there and check out Montana. My dad's got a friend up in Kalispell. I really want to get up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's this one troop of Bigfoot up there that we call Sapphire Construction Inc. that like to make 6-story tall tree structures because they're in the Sapphire Mountains. That's why we call them Sapphire Construction Inc.
Huh. Do you think that these beings getting blamed for way too much stuff happening in the bush?
Absolutely. 100%. That's what everybody defaults to. If it's something weird and they can't explain how humans could have done it, automatically it's got to be Bigfoot because they don't know about anything else.
That's the thing, is they don't know. Where did I just see? Rex, my dad is doing good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
He's doing good. I think I should know this, but I don't because no one got in touch with me. I think he left the hospital yesterday, and he had surgery on Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
He must be frickin' tough.
Yeah, he's a retired cop.
Yeah. Well, regardless of that, some retired cops
he's-
just look like a giant donut, but he must be a tough one.
He's a big boy. He's a tough one. He's a young 78. You know, you would never know.
Wow.
Well, February he's about to turn 79. You can't, you can slow him down, but you can't stop him. Put it that way. And now that these heart issues have been handled, forget it. He's got another 20 years. You know, he's going to outlive me. Yeah. What sparked your interest in Bigfoot, Christy?
What sparked my interest? From the beginning of Legend of Boggy Creek. Since I was 4.
Right down in your neck of the woods down there.
Yep. Going to I know everybody who's around our age, the movie drive-ins, the drive-in movie theaters. Yep.
Super Sleuth wants to know, what's the deal with the little people? Where do they come from? Little parents.
Go ahead, Christy. You handle it.
We come from Louisiana.
There you go. Now we know. They spread out throughout the world. Some got shorter, some got taller.
I don't know.
There's reports of little people from all over the world. That goes back in legends everywhere, as far back as you can go. So that's like nothing new. They've always been around.
I've never heard about those until I heard something about it on somebody's show. I heard that they were very aggressive.
There's a whole bunch of different kinds of little people depending on where you're at. And some of them are actually kind of friendly, and some of them are like really little pricks that you don't want to have anything to do with.
Sandra Pink asks, Duke, do you know if there are Bigfoot in Canada?
No, all the Sasquatch.
They don't let them cross the border.
Yeah, no, the Sasquatch are in Canada. The Sasquatch don't let the American Bigfoot into Canada. They're kind of uppity that way.
Yes.
Canada has tons and tons and tons of anomalous hominids running around in it. Don't forget, Canada, as much as we like to think of, Canada, that's America's little brother to the north. Landmass-wise, they dwarf the lower 48. Canada has the second biggest landmass of any country on Earth, right behind Russia. And most of it is deserted. Canada's got a population like 33 million or something. It's about 1/10 of what the U.S. population is. And all those people are clustered within 100 miles of the Canadian border with the U.S. or on either coast. So there's this gigantic, vast interior with hardly anyone in it. Yeah, there's plenty of Bigfoot up there. But they're Sasquatch, because that's in Canada.
Long Island Bigfoot says, Duke, will you do the world a favor and write a book? I think it will do a lot of good.
What should I write the book about?
Frogs? I don't know.
Frogs? The Loveland frog it is. I'll have to do some research.
Ribbit.
Hilton says, do you think that a human could start up a friendship type relationship with these beings? Yes, it's already been proven.
Yeah, it's been done quite a few times. I know people that are friends, quote unquote, with the local Bigfoot that live near them right now, and some of them talk to them occasionally. So it's like, yeah, that stuff is going on. For the most part, Bigfoot are not supposed to be interacting with humans, and nobody told us we're not supposed to be interacting with them. We've just been told they don't exist, so we don't want to interact with them.
Sure.
That's cool.
Where do you think they get their powers from?
No idea.
I think they're just natural powers that we don't understand because we don't have them.
No. There's some humans that have some of these powers too.
Well,
There's people that are psychic. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's like, I think they just all have those powers and only some of us have them. Okay. Sure. Or they've got a little bit more of the abilities naturally than we do, and they've just been trained to use it. And we're trained to think there is no such thing and ignore it. So Hoosier says, Mogs, last but not least, what got you going on Bigfoot? I've never heard you say.
I've seen the Patterson Gimlin and the In Search of and all that stuff back in the 70s, but I really didn't get turned on until 3 years ago, thereabouts. I stumbled on to Sasquatch Chronicles and just started listening to these stories and got hooked.
Sandwich Chronicles. Excuse me.
Yeah, I got hooked. Yeah. On the next show.
Oh, shit. Man. Oh, man.
That's just.
No, I love Sandwich Chronicles. I used to be totally addicted to that show. Well, I was on it probably more times than any other guest.
Probably.
Easily. Probably, over a dozen times. I don't know, a lot.
But yeah, that's what got me turned on to Bigfoot. Hearing all these stories, I just figured everybody couldn't be lying, and you hear so many similarities between the stories that it just all started to make sense. Overbuilt says, "Attention, Christy. Glad you're okay from playing bumper cars the other day. Tell me about it and what happened." Well, you got rear-ended, didn't you?
Yeah, I got rear-ended in.
She got rear-ended twice in one freaking day.
No, I got
rear-ended. It was like somebody had a bumper sticker on a car that said, "Smash into me. Today's the day. No insurance required." Hit my car.
There's a little target on the bumper.
No shit. I mean, how do you get rear-ended twice in one day?
No, they didn't rear-end me twice.
No,
they just cross-sided you once. That's right. Sorry.
No, a guy pulled out, an ambulance driver pulled out in front of me, and I slammed my brakes, and the guy that was behind me creamed right in the back of me. Then when I went to the company doctor, I pulled in the parking lot, and I got out to go do paperwork, and this guy walks in the building. He says, "Anybody got a gray truck?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. Well, do you need me to move?" He said, "No." He said, "Somebody just hit your truck." I'm going, "Oh my God." Yeah.
So the truck is parked in the parking lot. They still managed to track it down and crash into it.
Found it.
They probably thought a Bigfoot was in it. Me and my Bigfoot stickers all over my truck, Ooh, let me hit that. But yeah, that's what happened.
If I had a vehicle, I would so have Bigfoot stickers all over the damn thing.
I do. I got like 3. I'm waiting for another one to come in. I got a gray one that I got on it now, like this, like the body, walking. But there's another one that I want. It's like shooting,
Flipping the bird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a couple Bigfoot bumper stickers on my Squatchmobile too. So let's see, 2. Yeah, I got one with the Bigfoot outline that says "Believe," and then another one on it, and then I've got like a War Gamer sticker on there too that just shows a 20-sided die with a 20 on it that says "Eat, Crit, and Die."
Like
it's funny. I saw a truck roll through my town one day. It was a white pickup truck, and it had the side window said "Believe," and in the back it had the Bigfoot on it. And I was with somebody, so I just wanted to tell him, turn around and track that truck down.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up? Tell me your story. But never.
I had a guy follow my vehicle into a parking lot over at the dollar store, and he pulls up and he says, "Hey, I saw your Bigfoot bumper stickers." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, man." And he's like, "Yeah, I seen a Bigfoot right over here." And he starts pointing across the valley. "I was over in this drainage over here, blah, 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 blah." He told me the whole story. And he's like, "Have you ever seen him around here?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Yeah, I've seen a few of them around here. He's like, "It's just kind of surprising. People don't know they're real." And I'm like, "Yep, that's kind of how I feel about it."
It's but it's not that they don't know they're real. It's that they're not even willing to accept the fact that
it's a lot harder for them to get away with that. Yeah, here in Montana, it's so common that it's really hard for them to poo-poo the whole notion. Even like up in Libby, There's like, signs and bumper stickers and plywood cutouts and decorates, all kinds of Bigfoot related stuff all over the damn place up there. And this town doesn't claim to be like the capital of Bigfoot or anything. It's just like tons of this stuff. And you're going, what's going on with all this Bigfoot related stuff? Well, everybody around here knows they're real. And so we all use them for advertising. It's a lumber town, so they call them those damn timber apes.
Abs0303 wants to know, Duke, what other country that has Sasquatch-like creatures interests you the most?
Oh, if I had a chance to go do some research in some of these other countries, there's a bunch of them I'd like to go to. I'd love to go to Australia and see what they got going on down there, because there's like weird stuff there. Even their normal animals are weird. The cryptids have to be really weird, and they're probably poisonous because every other animal
in Australia is
over in greater further eastern Asia, up into Siberia and stuff, in that part of the. There's just tons and tons of reports of them in that area. They're so desolate. There's got to be just buttloads of them up in that area. So that would be fun to go look. Of course, everybody that grew up in my time period that was interested in Bigfoot all want to go and do an expedition in the Himalayas and find a Yeti. So, of course, that would always be a fun thing to do.
Mr. Lee 3PO asks, Duke, are Russia secretly more advanced in their research?
No, they're openly more advanced in their research. They've got
it's not secret.
Yeah, it's not a secret at all. They got several scientists that have been attached to the Department of Hominology, which is also part of their Department of Evolutionary Sciences right in Moscow, Russia. And that's all they do basically is Bigfoot research. Dr. Igor Burtsev just turned 80 years old, and he's been out in the field doing Bigfoot research since 1965 and has a really cool book out too, and more on the way.
Right on. Oh, wrong one. My dogs are barking.
I hear them.
That's Doggy on Monster over there.
Everybody is. Ab said, I'm in Australia. You're welcome anytime.
I'd love to come down there. There's some really great researchers down there in Australia, too. Some pretty ballsy guys.
It's funny because you have like Australia, who has Yowies, and then you have New Zealand, who has jack shit.
No, they've got the Morho man down in New Zealand, but New Zealand is small, and the amount of them can't be very many, and they're probably only inhabiting areas that, again, humans aren't hanging around in very much.
Well, there's a lot of mountain regions in
exactly.
New Zealand.
Yeah, and that's probably the part of New Zealand. I think it's the North Island where they filmed Lord of the Rings. That's probably where they are.
Oh, they film a lot of stuff down there.
Yeah.
Oops.
As a matter of fact, I had a guest on my show that claims that she saw two of them. There was like a hunting lodge type place that she was at, and she'd go out and sit on the back porch at night and have a cigarette, whatever. And she could see the dumpsters not too far away where they would throw all the food out that was from the day. And right about that time of night is when the local Morho man would show up and grab the goodies out of the dumpster that they wanted and wander off with it. And so she saw him do it several times.
Wow.
And what kind of creature was it?
The Morho man, which is like the New Zealand version of the Yowie.
Yeah, because I know Hilton is down in New Zealand, and he said there's not really anything going on down there, but
no, there sure isn't much, but I don't know anybody there that's doing any research either. Sure. You're not going to find if you don't look.
Hey, what's up, Isaac? Good to see you, man. Rastalocks. What's happening? Who else is here?
Yep, it's that time of the year. Pretty soon Kwanzaa will be flying through with his mechanized sled, delivering presents.
Mike Kirkpatrick wants to know, what does Duke think about gifting? Meat or marbles?
I don't give him anything. I never give mine anything.
What's going on, Mike? Good to see you. Still, who else is here? Pammy, thanks for showing up. I'll see you soon, hon. See you in about 2 weeks.
I'd say if you want to interact with them by giving them stuff, like, leave them things and see if they move them around and stuff like that, whatever. Just don't give them food. Definitely don't give them food. They don't need your help.
So, Megan, question. Hey, Duke, wonderful show last week. Really enjoyed it. Has the guy that interviewed you last week ever ran the Ring of Fire at the state fair? Great carny voice he had. Sorry.
Are you ripping on poor Dave Scott over there at Spaced Out Radio? He's an actual for real DJ.
DJ, yes.
Yeah. Not just somebody that used to do it years ago like me and then wandered off into the woods and hung out with Bigfoot for 30 years.
Well, if we all know Megan's got a great sense of humor.
I want to be back on Dave's show. They already pestered me and said, "We love the show. Come back again." And I went, "Sure. Let's do it on a Friday so half my fans can actually be there, because otherwise I have to work the next day."
What
Jane
do I
wants to
think?
know, what do you think of gifting Christy?
Well, I agree with Duke, but if have been interacting with them for a very long time, and if they're in your area and they start leaving you gifts, you could gift them some things,
That's almost an exchange, though. If they're leaving you something, then it's like perfectly allowable to give them something.
Yes.
But like again,
Don't do it first.
Don't start doing it. Let them interact.
And
start the
don't
interaction.
Use food.
Don't use food. And the other thing is, how do you know that it's them leaving you something? If you're fairly sure it's them, then you can kind of decipher what it is that you're looking at and what their intention was for it. And I think when we were up at Coloma last time, they left us a rock, because it was this really odd-looking little sparkly rock that looked like kind of like half a pine cone or something. It was completely flat on one side, which is peculiar because you don't usually find that with rocks. And it was laying in this trail. We walked up and down a bunch of times to where our camp was. Neither one of us noticed it. And then Mike spotted it and went, "Duke, what's this rock?" And I'm like, "That's really weird looking." Plus, it doesn't look like the other rocks around there either. So I grabbed that and took it with me, just in case they had left a rock for a present.
Kevin in Southeast Georgia asks, Duke, what is your most terrifying Bigfoot encounter?
First one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember you saying that once before, too.
Yeah, after that, everything else is much less scary. Even like waking up in your tent, rolling over and accidentally hitting one, it's still less scary.
Mogs, any news on Gemini Moon? What kind of news there, Mr. Lee?
Cool rock.
This is the one that I interact with. This is what he left me.
That rock rocks.
Yeah, see how it's smooth on one side?
Yeah.
And he left
it looks
me
like a river rock, though. It looks like it's been in a river, getting eroded and getting nice and shiny.
a feather,
It's round.
a blue jay feather,
Nice.
and an arrowhead.
Is that quartz?
Cool.
No, it's a rock. It's an arrowhead.
Yeah, what kind of stone is it?
I have no idea. It's like a brown stone.
Okay.
Pappy says, don't need to gift anything to boogers if they are going to snitch it from you anyways, do you?
That's true. And you know what? They don't all snitch stuff. And sometimes even if you invite them, they don't take it. We had a whole box of donuts sitting out on our camp table. And they were right in camp for 45 minutes wandering around. Didn't take one of them.
No. They're not wedding presents.
Johnny Half says, I have a similar rock from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where Black River Falls in Wisconsin is. Do you know where that is? Duke?
Yep.
Is it north?
Pretty area.
I mean, I know River Falls. Is it River Falls? Yeah, there's a River Falls, but I don't know what Black River Falls is. Like the University of Wisconsin is one of them is in River Falls, but I don't know about Black River Falls. I don't see any more questions. Louis, wait a minute. Louis Mares, guys and gals, this is my real name. What was the old name? Well, I mean, I think I know who it is.
Was it alias Undercover? John Doe Smith.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. It's not a nada.
Not
Welcome, Louis. Right on. Sorry, guys. It's in western Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, River Falls is in western Wisconsin. I know that. Somebody just said that.
Rue has a question. Miss Rue?
JK asked about, let me scroll up. Well, you know what? Somebody's asking about Port Chatham up in Alaska. What do you know about that?
Port Chatham, yeah, also known as Port Lock. That's where the old town was
Yeah.
abandoned. It was a fishing town. They had a cannery there. People
There's a whole
started
village.
disappearing. Yeah, there was a whole village there. Well, yeah, if you got a cannery there, there's a village there. It's not going to be just sitting there by itself. But actually, there was two villages there. There was one a little bit closer to the inlet. There was a little bit further up the river. Most people don't even know that. But they both got abandoned. People were going in the woods hunting and not coming back. Or they would come back as in pieces floating down the river into town. And they decided they had unfriendly lurkers in the woods and that this was a bad place for them, and they moved. Now, one of the people that's been a guest on my show in the past actually went there when they were a kid because, you know, kids hear, hey, that town's haunted. That's why everybody deserted it. Let's go check it out. Yeah, they got there. They were about there for half a day, and then they left again and went, oh, yeah, this place is haunted and not by ghosts. And they never went back again. That's the area that the Nantinak live in. That's one of the versions of hairy man up in Alaska that are extremely hostile and will rip people apart and or eat them.
Now, was that on the end of the Kenai Peninsula?
It's not way out on the end of it. It's up by the continent side of it. But yeah.
Okay.
And then what else? Stu Majors went there recently and did a documentary on it, Search of the Port Chatham Hairy Man. I've talked to him about that. They were there actually twice. They went there and did a recon once, and then they came back and filmed for a couple days. And he had some interesting experiences while he was there. So yeah, that's it's hard to get anybody. He found that out. It's hard to get anybody to take you there. No one wants to go there. It's a lot like flying into the Nahanni Valley, the Valley of the Headless Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get them to fly you over it, but they don't want to land on the ground. They'll fly you over it, but they don't want to land on the ground. And they're not going to hang out there.
Anthony Jackson asks, would you compare Bigfoot's diet to that of a bear or any other omnivore?
Absolutely. I think if anything, it's even more varied than a bear's diet is because they can take advantage of other things in the environment that bears generally can't even get at.
Sure.
One thing that's observed is them eating shellfish and, a lot of whatever's available in the nearby river or lake or something. They're taking advantage of that. You don't usually expect, other than a salmon run, bears aren't usually wading around pulling clams up and stuff. So, and then the other thing is their climbing ability. Anything that's, pine nuts that they can eat or anything way high up in the trees, they can easily get to it. And they're a lot more clever than a bear is, obviously. So,
sure.
Yeah, and they're working probably by cooperative effort where you've got a bear wandering around just eating whatever it's encountering, or I know this berry patch is right now, I'm going to head over there. These guys are working together as a team, so maybe you got one that's gathering berries and another one's pulling pine nuts and a third one is strangling jackrabbits and whatever, and then you end up with a big feast every night, and each one only does about 2 hours of work, and you're all good to go.
Mm.
What do you think about the Roswell Rock? Mike Kirkpatrick asks.
Don't know anything about it.
I never heard of it.
Either.
I know there was other questions here. Lil Skill wants to know, do you guys notice a lot of blue orbish looking things in Squatch areas? I guess referring to orbs.
Mm.
Oh, orbish. That would be the...
I've never seen an orb or anything like an orb in any of the research areas that I've been in. Maybe Christy has seen them.
Yes, I have. I had a purple one in my backyard. I got a picture of it. Didn't I send it to you, dude?
Yeah. Well, I didn't see that one. You took the picture. You saw it. It was in your yard.
No, I didn't send it to you.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Oh, okay.
I've
And
only
I see-
seen an orb once, and that it was a spirit orb. It wasn't in the woods. It was in a house.
I know somebody down in Florida that was taking pictures of orbs just shortly, right around dark, and it was on a property that has a portal on it. And man, you should see some of these pictures. They're like, wow. There's no way this is an artifact of light or anything. One of them isn't even like orb shaped. It's like some weird top shaped looking weird thing. Really bizarre. Yeah.
That's around.
So Prairie Fire wants to know, Duke, do you think extreme, or how do you think extreme cold affects Sasquatch?
I don't think it has much effect on them, honestly. We observed one playing in the icy cold Blackfoot River and turning over rocks. We don't know if he was pulling up clams or what, but he was in that river for at least 45 minutes. And even during the summer, you would be like bone chilling cold and going into a state of shock within about 4 minutes if you were a human and you were in that river.
Sure.
Because I tried jumping in it and washing myself off one time, and that was a no-go. It was a 100-degree day, and I was right back out on the shore like instantly, teeth chattering. And I've done diving work in Lake Superior, so I do know what cold water feels like.
Sure.
Yeah, and so no, I don't think they are. And to back me up on that one, I refer you to the book called Amongst the Tete de Belay, where Reverend Father Guinard mentions that in his descriptions from the local natives, and they're talking about the Wendigo, their description of the Wendigo is it's a giant, hairy savage that goes naked in the woods and is insensitive to changes in temperature and likes to eat the local natives. So there you go. Insensitive to changes of temperature. Cold just does not seem to affect them.
And has a good appetite.
Yeah. Yeah, they eat everything, yeah.
Eat the natives.
And well, that's the Upper East Coast thing. It's kind of bizarre because in the Upper West Coast, you had the natives were like friendly with them, trading with them. Apparently, some of them even like let their women go off and be with them and stuff without raising a fuss about it. And the Upper East Coast, there was nothing like that. They weren't friendly. They weren't trading with them. They weren't trying to make jungle brides out of their women. They were just eating them. And that's the same thing they were doing to any of the other natives that were at war with them, basically. So it was a completely different thing the other side of the continent.
Isaac asked, Duke, have you checked out the Turtle Man Bigfoot show? It's really good. He's found some really huge tracks and got some good howls.
Thanks for the tip. I'll have to check it out, man. Is that on YouTube?
No, Turtle Man's, he does, I think, Discovery Channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't watch any
think it's-
TV, so if it's on any of
either.
that kind of stuff, I never see it.
It's a cable network. I'm sure somebody will let us know. Isaac will let us know what channel it's on.
Yeah, that's a backwoods dude there.
Yeah, it
The
is.
Turtle Man, that dude is backwoods. He's in the boonies.
Where,
I think he's
what
I
state
think
is he
He's
in?
like the redneck's redneck.
Oh, he's probably down there where Christy is.
yeah, along with the swamp people. I think he's far more than a swamp person, you know.
Yeah, he's a squatchy swamp person.
Oh, so Overbuilt says, yes, Turtle Man's on YouTube, not on TV anymore. Right on.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll go check it out then now that I know where
Right
to go
on.
look for him.
Yeah, so, look up Turtle Man. Few people said, Barb said, yeah, he's in Kentucky.
No, Kentucky. Geez, they got no shortage of Bigfoot in that state. Yeah. That's one of those states I don't want to do research in because they have too many
That's
weird
like the.
cryptids
That's like
wandering
yeah. I
around.
was gonna say that's like the cryptid Disney
Yeah,
World down
that
there.
Which one?
one, Ohio,
Kentucky.
yeah, Kentucky, states
Yeah,
with too
Ohio's
many
another
strange
one.
cryptids. Yeah,
Yeah, too much badness.
yeah. My hat's off to Jerry Klein that actually likes doing research in Ohio. And I'm like, no, no. Too many weird things cited in Ohio.
Hmm. Live action. So he goes live on his YouTube channel.
Cool. Live streams are the best if you can keep a signal.
Really interesting.
Kevin Lang used to do that. He caught a bunch of interesting stuff doing live streams out in the field when they were looking for Bigfoot, including Bigfoot. One of the other things they found was a skull, actual skull.
Livewire has a question, but I think he's blaming it on his wife. Wife has a question. Does Dogman have a red rocket type penis or human type? I almost got that coke coming out your nose there, Christy.
Yes, you did.
That was just like a second off.
I know. He made me spit my coke into you. I had to make my coke come through my nose.
Ask Dogman's wife.
All right,
Doggy
somebody
dude.
mentioned Jerry Klein, and somebody wants to know: do you mean the Jerry Klein that was attacked in his trailer?
Yep. Yeah, we did a show about the police call on that. And for anybody that wants to give him crap about that, in the state he lives in, if you make a fake police call, you're going to jail and your ass is getting fined off. Go look. It never happened to him. That's why, because it was real. The cops found the damn tracks right outside of the trailer when they were there.
Yeah, that was a crazy phone call.
Yeah, he was scared shitless. He was not at all sure what was going on and why they were shaking his trailer. And he's down there all by himself, with him and his dog.
Down by the river.
The dog's freaking out, yeah.
Yeah, but he was in such kind of a remote place, it took the cops a while to get down to him.
Well, they kind of drug ass to get there, too, so that had part of the thing to do with it. They thought it was still partly underwater, and they couldn't figure out how he got his trailer down there, and he had to keep explaining to him, I drove it down here. Like, you guys can drive down the same road. And then they decided they were going to walk in and blah, blah, blah. Essentially, they were just stalling to give the Bigfoot time to leave before they showed up. They came in real slow. They didn't have their dash cams on when they came in. Who turns your dash cam off when you come into something like that? And they had somebody from forestry there with them.
Who's your ass Duke? What the heck is a goat man?
It's a bad man.
Good question. If you go look at the old mythological creatures like Pan the satyr's a faun, that's goat boy right there. It looks like a human on the upper half. It looks like a goat on the lower half. And it's got like little horns on its human-like head. But that's not exactly what other people are describing. They're describing something that's like a Bigfoot with a goat's head or something like that, like a goat squatch type thing. No idea. I mean, that's like doesn't appear in mythology anywhere. Could be some mad scientist GMO thing somebody made. Another theory that some people have, and we've actually got a game cam picture of one in a watering hole over in Ohio. Again, we're referring back to Ohio, of this Bigfoot looking thing that's leaning down in this muddy spot on the edge of this watering hole, scooping out water to drink. And it's got what looks like antlers on its head. And if you look at it close, it looks like hide and bones, or maybe antlers and hide that are ripped off a deer or something that's wearing like a hat.
Okay. I stepped away for some of that story, and that just kind of freaked me out.
Bye.
Yeah, the weird hybrids. I mean, don't forget, if you go back far enough, you go look at like the old Egyptian mythology, all their gods had weird animal heads.
Yes.
And you go back to Sumerian mythology, that's where all the chimeras and the weird hybrid critters came from. It's, like got the head of this and the tail of that and the legs of this and the wings of that and, blah, 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 whatever, all kinds of weird combinations and stuff. So, it makes you wonder if somebody was actually tinkering around making this stuff at one point. You'd see something like that a couple 100 years ago, you'd go, nothing like that could ever exist. Well, then you look at some of the weird science we've got with cloning and GMO stuff that we can do now, and you go, well, we've made weird hybrids. We've got a spider goat. The goat's milk also excretes spider silk that they can strain out of it and use to make Kevlar armor. We've had that for quite a while. They're making all kinds of weird crap. And if we can do it, well, anybody else could do it if that technology is good or better. And we don't know for sure what they had back in the past.
They even got one called Bat Squatch.
Yeah, that's down mountains in northern Mexico, and then just across into the border. Occasionally, people see them, and I don't know if they're supposed to be big like that, Sasquatch or anything. If they're more like from what I gather, they're more like the flying monkey from the Wizard of Oz sort of thing.
Oh, just what we need.
Yeah, I don't know anybody personally that's ever seen one. You just hear reports of them coming in occasionally.
Yeah. I've seen that on one of the shows. I said, Bat Squatch?
Well, I had somebody down in the Navajo Nation asking me about it because he said their people were starting to see them along the Mexican border.
Really?
Yeah. What the hell are these weird things? And I said, well, we hear reports of them coming out of Mexico, but that's it. So I don't know. Maybe we need to make the wall. Maybe we need to make the wall higher. Put on turrets with anti-aircraft defense, so the flying monkeys try and go over, you can shoot them down. Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how big you make it. Overbold says, yep, they know. Police I talked to, one about Kandahar Giant. Not much was said, but just enough. So I guess he's saying that one of the cops that he talked to knew about the Kandahar Giant. Lynn Parsons, hello. Good to see you.
Yeah, there's other reports of those giants being encountered by our military. The Kandahar Giant's just the one of the more widespread ones. It's gotten all over the place in the media. There's other reports that are being talked about of the same kind of weird thing. And in other countries, like Wes had somebody contact him that had a really weird report of that kind of thing happening during a firefight in the Vietnam War. And then apparently the Viet Cong and the U.S. forces teamed up against these giants and massacred their asses. Luckily, the American forces had a tank on their side. I think that helped a lot.
Well, they didn't go up against one of those with a tank, did they?
Yeah, Vietnam. That's what I just got done saying.
Oh, Vietnam. I heard Kandahar. I'm looking over here. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't see any other questions.
You missed a whole bunch of them.
I'm going back up. There was some on the bottom, but some of them... Oh, Tim says, what are your thoughts on Sasquatch shape-shifting?
I don't really know much of anything about that subject.
I haven't heard anything
I think when you see something shape-shifting, it's likely not Bigfoot.
No. Skinwalker.
Yeah, the skinwankers definitely shapeshift. Skinwankers.
There were some...
I know, I seen a whole bunch of them, but I'm trying to go
somebody
back.
said, are you kidding me? They're seeing goat heads on Bigfoot.
Yeah, people have got pictures of it. All I know is that people see it, people take pictures of it. I have to look at it and go, I don't know what the hell that is.
Did you see that footage of a goat man?
I didn't know that there was any actual video of goat man. I've just seen some purported pictures.
Oh, the one camera. There's
been several of them that supposed. Yeah, there's been several supposed game cam pictures. Yeah. I've never seen any video.
Somebody asked us if do we know where Bigfoot came from?
His mom.
Yep. Bigfoot came from his mom. That's true.
They've been around, as far as I know, for.
Well, if you want to know that, all you have to do is just go ask a Bigfoot.
Yeah. Can't we just carbon date one?
Yeah, it'll tell you that how long it's been alive.
It's 30 years old.
Yeah, they appeared on Earth 30 years ago, apparently, according to this carbon dating of this fresh Bigfoot. Thanks for the sample, buddy.
Where do they come from? They're an ancient creature, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Lewis says no. Goatman and Sasquatch are two different species. Obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that they would be related at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I wouldn't expect they'd be related
to.
No, I wouldn't expect they'd be related to Dogman at all either. I mean, upright walking canid. That has nothing to do with primates.
I guess the Sasquatch wanted to borrow some goat cheese.
Dogman is just Bigfoot's pet.
Hi, B. I'm so sorry to hear that, hon. It's good to see you here.
You got a question from Anthony Jackson. It's a good question. Way up there.
If you see the questions, why don't you just read it?
I know I did put... Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Do you believe Bigfoot may be one of the culprits to the missing in Montana as part of the missing 411 project? Do you think Bigfoot has anything to do with the missing 411?
Certainly, Bigfoot makes people go missing occasionally. I don't really believe in Dave Paulides. I don't believe in his research, and I have personal reasons for that. I think he's just making Bigfoot a scapegoat. Because it's a lot easier to just blame one lone thing than it is to blame a whole pile of different cryptids that are actually out there.
I haven't followed. I mean, I've seen some of the missing 411 stuff, but I don't know how much blame is being put on Bigfoot.
Well, I've had other people contact me and say, hey, he's got this story in this book that says blah, 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 and the person never showed up again. And yeah, the person showed up again, but there's no retraction or anything. So they weren't missing. They showed up again. And, other people saying that, well, this part of the report isn't accurate. I lived right next to this guy, blah, 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 blah. That isn't exactly what happened. And I don't know. I wasn't there. So I just have to go by what they say. From my personal experiences with them, when I had some interesting cases of people disappearing around this area, and one of them later being found torn apart, and let him in on it. All he did was call one of the local cops and got a bullshit story out of him and, fell for it. Then Kelly Shaw from Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization drove the 800 miles up here and did the boots on the ground investigation and talked to the family of one of the missing people. And the family of the missing people told him that everything the police said in their report to the newspaper was utter bullshit. Every single thing they said was crap. So, yeah, who are you going to believe? The guy that actually came here and did the research, or the guy that made a phone call?
That's true. I like Kelly Shaw. I like his work.
Kelly's straight up, salt of the earth, boots on the ground, butt in the field, not scared to be there, actually does the research, actually runs into Bigfoot more often than he thinks he does. A lot of times it's his viewers that find him in the background on his videos and go, hey, Kelly, check this timestamp, blah, blah, blah.
Kelly's probably like, stop showing me that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one, they caught him. They were doing a nighttime expedition. They were walking around in the woods at night, and they had one. He must have been a good 9-footer, and he was standing right next to the trail. They walked right past him, and you could see his eye shine. They picked it up on the camera, but they never noticed it. They walked right past him.
Damn. B Lynn question: Mogo, do you search for the Mogollon monster? I've been up on the Mogollon Rim. Beautiful area. I went up and interviewed Kevin Keeney. He's Arizona Squatch, and he's up there all the time doing his research. So I've been up there, but I don't actively research B. I will. I'll get out there once I'm more mobile. Once I get a vehicle, I'll be out there. Thanks for asking that. Mogo, thanks. Oh, my pleasure. Let's see. Michael Thompson asks, do you see any reports coming out of Nahanni Valley? Or do you hear of any reports coming out of there?
No, there's a guy named Hammerson Peters that's covering that kind of stuff. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's got books on it too. He's doing a really good job. But most of that stuff is so far up there. There's so few people, and the reports just don't get out. So it's really hard to get any information on that.
Yeah, it's pretty remote, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Mackenzie Valley. There's nobody up there.
Right on. I hear my dog's acting up again. I think my roommate's home.
Doggy on monster.
Uh-oh.
The doggy on monster is alerting you. Roommate.
TFE says there's more to investigations than just reading reports, aka boots on the ground, eyes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can read archived reports until you're blue in the face, and it's still not going to give you a very clear picture of what's going on. You have to get out there in the field. Vet some of this stuff for yourself.
Of course, it's not, not everybody can get out there.
No. But enough of us can.
Vehicle, hold on, what does that say? Andrew Finnerty. Hey, everyone, at Mogs. Vehicle, GMC Sonoma manual 4-cylinder with a cap. I had one, is okay. Sorry, I was just reading this comment at me. Vehicle.
I'll be back. I'm going to get me some more Coke. Y'all want one?
They're probably talking about some vehicle maintenance thing in chat or something.
Well, no, I think it's because I said I didn't have a vehicle.
Oh, yeah, okay, there you go.
Barb's got a good question. Boots on the ground?
Dude, do you think they go underground as in caves?
Yeah, they seem to. That's one thing Kevin talked about. Glag had his place that he was staying in. He found a nice cave in the jumble of boulders that he was living in. So, yeah, and we get plenty of information on that, especially where there's big underground cave systems and stuff. There always seems to be Bigfoot sightings around there. So, sure, if you got a big handy cave right there, why would you not stay in it when the weather was really brutal or anything?
Sure.
Plus, a good place to hide during the day when the humans are tromping around.
Luis Mara says, Duke, what is it with David Pilates? I don't know.
Yeah, what is it with him?
Answering a question with a question. What's up, Belle? Good to see you.
The easy answer. Oh, Bigfoot's doing everything. You notice he never comes out and says who's doing it. He never actually says Bigfoot's doing it. He never says anybody. He's just, here's all these reports. And I've been researching it for 10 years and apparently don't have a theory yet. What's your theory, Dave? Let's hear it.
Robin says we have a lot of gold mines. Do you think they use them as well?
Absolutely. You hear more reports of weird, big vocalizations and stuff coming from the gold mines. And I always wondered about that. Yeah, a lot of people think, Bigfoot's protecting the old abandoned gold mine up there. There must still be gold in it. The ghost of Bigfoot's protecting it. You hear all these noises. Well, no.
It's not a ghost.
Where there's gold, there's quartz. Bigfoot like quartz for some reason. Wherever we find quartz deposits, we find Bigfoot.
That's interesting.
I don't know if they eat it. I don't know what they do with it. But
Hold
every
that
place
thought.
where we've got a Bigfoot hotspot around here, we tend to
Be right
find big
back. I'm
quartz
gonna grab some. I
deposits
want to
too.
show you.
How
Ooh,
about down there where you are, Christy? You're probably too swampy to have any quartz.
probably. Actually, uh, I think they do have quartz down here.
Somewhere underneath the 50 feet of muck water and floating trees.
On the Cypress knees, huh? I am so sorry about having the sniffles, man. This is ridiculous.
Well, it's not your fault. You can't control that sort of thing.
So this is interesting. My last roommate, he moved out. He was a squatcher, but he and his buddy, they're also rock hounds, and they go around. They find different crystals and stuff. And recently, he was up not far from here. I don't know if you can see that. It hasn't been like acid bathed. It's quartz. This one has 2 points on it. But the thing is, the reason I say this is because where he found this, where he digs this up, he pinned it. He gave me the pin, the coordinates. He found a pile of shit, a literal pile of shit. So he gave me the coordinates for a pile of shit, but he said it was huge. I mean, it was like as thick as a can, a Coke can, really long, and they were just
about as thick as a soup can and about a foot long each.
Yeah,
length.
he said he was like. So I have the coordinates for like a pile of shit somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that means one of them walked through there and took a dump at some point. Chances are they might still wander through there occasionally. You never know until you check.
But that's where he's digging up. Because you said they like quartz, where you find the quartz, and that's where he dug it up. So it's pretty cool though.
There you go. Like I said, I'm not sure what they do.
I have some place to go and look.
There seems to be a connection there because when we find a Bigfoot hotspot and look around, there's quartz nearby. Or when we find quartz near, big quartz deposits to look around, there seems to be Bigfoot signs nearby.
Is that quartz, Christy?
I don't know, but that's another rock that he has given me.
Wow.
It's sharp like a tool.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm not even sure what kind of stone that is. Hard to tell.
Yeah, it's soft.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, everything I got in here is like, a lot of people, he'd left that too.
Oh, wow.
It looks like glass.
Yeah, it's glass.
I know with caveman, they find old broken pieces of Anasazi pottery and they bring it back and leave it in this little pile over by his house. And every couple of years, he has to go call the archaeology department to come collect it up and get rid of it.
That's crazy. Like there's ruins not far from here, and there's tons of pottery shards, but I don't touch them. I mean, I'll pick them up and look at them, but I don't remove them from a site.
Well, that's it. And for his people, that like carries a curse, basically.
Exactly.
Bad news, don't touch that stuff. And so he's like, if they think they're gifting him, they're not giving him something he wants because he doesn't want him on his property and won't even touch him. But they keep restocking every time he has the guys come clear the property, get that pile out of there. Within a couple of years, they've got another pile that they gathered up from who knows where they're finding it. Maybe they think it's cursed too, and they're trying to get it off the land. That's why they're giving it to him so he can get it out of there.
Huh. Okay. Do you have a theory on the random piles of dirt that some researchers report finding in the woods?
No, I haven't even heard about that one.
Hoosier says, Mogs, that's why they howl. The poops are huge. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we found one of their giganto piles of poop about 14 miles away from here over on Blue Mountain. Maybe 60 feet from our camp. There was an island in the middle of the river, and they took a dump on it.
Hang on a second. I gotta see what's going on with my dogs. This is the problem with moving my studio into the house.
Now you have the doggy on monster.
That's funny. The doggy on monster.
Bad doggy on monster. Bad doggy on.
It's not bipedal. It's tripedal.
Yeah. He's got Dog Man in the other room. That's what it is.
I got Maya here with me. She's a good girl. She's my German Shepherd.
Oh,
Let's see her.
Come on up. Come on up here.
I want to see how pretty she is.
Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Hello. Let's say hi.
Ooh, she is
hi.
pretty.
Wow.
She's huge.
Yes. She's about 75 pounds. She's blind in one eye. Some asshole shot her. Somebody shot her with a BB gun.
Oh, what an idiot.
It was a kid.
Yeah. So it was a kidiot.
Hi, baby. Lay down. Be a good girl. So people are asking milky quartz, topaz. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of quartz, guys. But I know my roommate, this is raw. This is right out of the ground. And I guess he takes it and he does an acid bath with it with hydrochloric acid. I guess it just cleans it up. I think it's pretty cool the way it is.
Neat.
The Dave, what's happening? Who else is here?
We're at an hour and a half, and I can't hang around a whole too much longer here.
No, dude, it's all good.
If there's any remaining questions, shoot them to me.
What's the matter, Chris? Do you need smoke?
No, that was the Marlboro Squatch.
Marlboro Squatches. Marlboro.
What is this? Smoke, scary Bigfoot and black leather chaps looking for fun. Dope! It's a hell of a thought.
Well, it sounds like we got a successful sound check on this one. Everything
worked
all the way through.
There were no glitches whatsoever,
Sweet.
nothing.
No.
That worked really good, Duke.
Now we know what to do to fix this problem so we never have it happen again. And I'll have good sound on all my shows and good sound when I go visit people on their shows. And good sound when I start to live streaming shows.
Yeah, man. I'm glad it worked out for you.
Yeah, it's the power of the Mystic Bandana. That's what it is,
man. There is power in it.
Just have to appear on Moog's show with a bandana on and all sound problems.
Shit works.
Yeah, totally. Apparently, what can I say?
Or you can just actually plug it in, so,
Oh, that, I mean, that might have had something to do with it. It's possible. There's an outside chance that was a factor as well.
Plug it all the way in.
Louis says, or Louis.
What, you have to plug it all the way in? No, I have not seen any Goatman and Arctic footage.
Frozen Squatch?
Popsicle Squatch?
Yeti.
If there is a Goatman up in the Arctic, I'm surprised the Kushtaka hasn't ate him yet.
Yeah, Kushtaka.
Yeah, they might not be into mutton.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they don't get close enough to the water for the Kushtaka to catch them.
Oops.
There's some shit going on that I'm just trying to follow.
Yeah, next.
You heard about that crack? That was my neck.
Yeah, that's what happens when I do that with my neck too.
Yeah, it's like you crack it,
Yeah.
That physical therapist do like to turn me this way. I'm going, oi.
Was it a physical therapist or like a chiropractor?
No, it was a physical therapist telling me which way to turn, and it's like, dude, you can't do that. I can't turn all the way this way, and he's pulling my head. I'm like, ah.
Oh God, you know how painful it is dealing with those guys sometimes. Jesus,
Yeah,
like
I'm not
being
doing
in a
that.
torture chamber.
Yes.
That's why they spell therapist. You know, if you put just like one little break in between those letters, it spells the rapist.
Wow. Robin Ward asks, "Are the four-toed beasts the regular type? Are they more dangerous? Are the four-toed beasts the regular type?"
Yeah, jury's out on that one. The really gigantic four-toed tracks that we sometimes find, we think those things are like mountain giants, so that they would be more dangerous for sure. But there's other three-toed tracks and four-toed tracks, and somebody's even got a cast of a six-toed track. You know, a folk monster. It looks like some of those are three-toed. William Lunsford's finding those really weird-looking three-toed tracks, and it's not just one individual that lost a toe in a fight or something. He's finding different-sized three-toed tracks from different individuals. Yeah. So it's some kind of a genetic trait.
Wait, so somebody found a six-toed track?
Yeah, I've got a picture of a cast that somebody made of a six-toed track. That's probably a giant.
Usually that's an inbreeding thing.
Exactly. Cats, yeah, polydactylism. Cats
yeah.
inbreed, they get more toes. You know, people talk about that. Well, maybe the folk monster only has 3 toes because it's inbred. Well, that would make more toes, not less. There's something else going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Plus, according to Williams, a witness actually saw what looked like a regular Bigfoot and scared him away. And then they returned later to check and see if they could find tracks. And they went to the exact spot where they saw it, and they found 3-toed tracks there. So apparently these 3-toed track leaving things look like regular Bigfoot, as far as this guy could see anyway.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're gugly.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're leaning toward too, which is kind of a scary notion.
That's not good.
That they're making which tracks? The gugly? 3-toed?
Yes. Even
I think Kuhnbo even chimed in on that one, didn't he, and say that they're leaving the 3-toed tracks.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I thought it was him.
I'm trying to think of who else said that they had 3 toes, the gugly.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they have 3 toes, but when you start seeing those things and finding 3-toed tracks in the same area, you start wondering if that's what's leaving them. You know.
Sandy Clemens says 6 fingers and toes are referred to in reference to the Nephilim or Nephilim in the Bible.
Yeah, they're supposed to have double rows of teeth too.
That's what I heard too.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's why I said when you find a giant track with 6 toes, it might be a giant, not a Bigfoot.
Yeah. That'd be running.
Although I'm equally as alarmed by finding a 22-inch track with 4 toes.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but a 22-inch track, if it had 4 toes or 5 toes, doesn't make a difference. It's still a 22-inch track.
No, it does to me. If it's got 5 toes, there might be reasoning with it. If it's got 4 toes, it'll just
be screwed.
Wow. Yeah.
Just give me the standard 5-toed track.
Yeah, really. It's like
I'm happy with that one.
I prefer those. We haven't seen any signs of any other types of critters up there in our main research area. Up near Coloma, Mike found a 4-toed 22-inch track.
No.
And that's, Portal and Ghost Town there.
Ooh.
I don't know if a lot of people understand this. Anthony Jackson says it's a Hemingway Bigfoot. With the 6 toes. You understood it. For the guys who don't understand that, Ernest Hemingway had a cat down in Key West, Florida, or he had multiple cats, and now Hemingway's gone, but some of his cats are still there. So it's just this long generational.
Making little mutant cats with 6 toes.
Little inbred cats, and that's the reference to a Hemingway cat or Bigfoot. That's interesting.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not at all convinced that whatever they got the cast from actually was a Bigfoot. I don't think there was a sighting involved with that one. At least I haven't heard of it. So it could have just been a giant, giant 6 toes.
Good night, Overbuilt. Take care. But yeah, we are at hour 40 minutes. I know you had something. Not that you had something to do. I don't know what you have to do, Duke. But If you got to bounce, it's all good.
Yeah, you want to take over the rest of the show, Christy? You can just hog the rest of the show.
No, I don't want to do that. You're the best.
No way, I suck.
I suck too.
I'm just going to sit back and watch you two go back and forth. Who's better? Who sucks worse?
Everybody knows your nose is running, Christy. So no surprise at this point.
Yeah, well, I got to blow.
Don't open your mouth, Russell.
Oh my God.
Next.
Yellow trip.
Yeah, right now I'm hogging all the internet in the apartment. My roommate's back here and might want to get on at some point, so I can't.
Oh, yeah. There's that,
Hey.
So what else?
Oh man, this sucks.
I'm just going through it. What? Oh, your runny nose?
Yeah, I mean it's like, geez, can't it pick another day to do this?
Yeah, she's
Not
super
today.
sick. You can tell her nose is run like a fire hydrant.
It is. I've done burned up 4 Kleenexes already.
Now, do you think it's because of you have a cold, or you actually think maybe because he adjusted it opened up or did something?
I don't know. He did something to me because I wasn't feeling like this since he did that to my neck. This sucks.
He probably gave you the coronavirus while he was adjusting you or something.
No, he had gloves on. He made sure that the chair was wiped. No, I would have never walked in there. Believe me. I don't have COVID. No.
Probably just a brain tumor.
Mr. Lee 3PO asks, it's not a tumor. Duke, any
It's
questions?
not a tumor.
Any plans for the next show? Guess, etc. Sorry.
The next show I'm putting out is part 2 of In Search of Skulkaho Giants, which should be out later on this week. And then I've got a whole bunch of people lined up to go for shows after that. So no shortage of guests. Got enough to keep me busy for quite a while.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yep. I got so many I forget who I'm supposed to call and record next. And then they get mad at me
have that problem.
and remind me, Duke, we were supposed to record last month. Oh shit! No, that's who I forgot I was supposed to call.
You need to get you an appointment book.
Yeah, I need a secretary.
Hoosier says, "You guys have roommates?" So do I. She won't let me leave unless I pay support.
No, that's an owner.
Yeah, right. That's my wife. Paul says, thank you, Mogs, Duke, and Christy. Awesome show. Thanks for coming, Paul.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. This is just an impromptu, hey, Moggs hasn't got a guest, I'll join him, and let's do a sound check to see if I've got these technical problems finally sorted out after 4 years of fighting with it nonstop.
I think we figured it out.
Apparently I do. Now I'm looking forward to actually being able to do some of my own live streaming and getting more regular shows recorded and all that kind of
Crow
stuff.
Creek, what's up, buddy? What's going on, Tony?
Tony.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm looking forward to that now. You know,
Yeah, it'd
if
be
it's
a
working
blast.
properly and you could put some more shit out. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mokes, for letting me field test it on your show here. You know, I did
My
a
pleasure, man.
referendum on my community page on YouTube, God, close to a year ago, and asked them if they wanted me to start doing live streaming, and like 85% said yes.
Sure.
So like, okay, well, I've been trying to figure out how to troubleshoot this problem for like a year now, so I can actually do it, you guys. It isn't like I forgot you said you wanted that. It's coming now. And now there's other platforms to live stream on besides YouTube.
No, that's true.
Hey, Duke. What a big mic you have.
Damn straight. It's like hippies used to say, far out and solid, man.
Peace. Yeah, see.
Hoosier said she told me to buy her Louis Vuitton purse, and I got Louis Vuitton
Luggage.
Louis Vuitton luggage, and she won't use it. Damn.
Luggage, purse, same thing.
Yeah. backpack, whatever.
Backpack. Oh, all the most stylish models in France are wearing the Louis Vuitton backpack this year.
Louis Vuitton outdoor gear.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton rugged hiking gear.
It's for glamping.
If you want to look totally rugged and glamping style, Louis Vuitton.
Megan says, "Night Mogs, great guest tonight. Nice Rambo bandana."
Right on.
All right, dude. Well, I will let you go then, dude. And thank you again for coming on. I'm glad it's working. And you're welcome on here anytime. Christy, you ain't going anywhere yet.
No, I'm not going anywhere yet.
Just stick around. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you on my show sometime later on this week for part 2 of the In Search of the Skulko Giants, which, boy, did we find. Oh, you get to see. That reminds me. 3 19.5-inch tracks, one right after the other. That's
Nice.
one of the things we found. So, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, you don't find that very often. They
No.
usually make mistakes like that. That was cool.
No, one track.
That
Well,
was
awesome,
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. We'll check that out as soon as that comes out. Thank you so much again, Duke.
Oh, you're very welcome. Love you guys. Everybody take care and don't
Too.
hug the Wookiee.
That's right. I'm hugged Dookie.
How are you hugging Dookies for?
That's what I tell them. I said, don't hug the Wookiee, but kiss the Dookie.
Dookies are something different around here.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
No, that's all right. It's it's that time of year.
Oh, no.
Sandra, good night. Mr. Lee 3PO, thank you, buddy. Hey, Mr. Lee, put it up there. You're in London, or where are you at? I for some reason I think London. Somebody said Australia, but I think
I think he's in Australia.
I don't know.
No, that was the. No, that was ASO or something.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, somebody was in Australia, but
Yeah.
I don't think Mr. Lee is. I think he's in England. London, England. I win.
Ooh.
What you win?
Would you
Mose?
like a cup of tea?
It's a spot.
I like my truffles and what they said. I got a friend that's from England. He goes, "Would you like a cup of tea and some truffles?"
Joey says, "Can we get a bedtime story, Christy?"
Oh.
Get in line, kid.
Rockabye baby. On the treetop.
But yeah, so hour and 47 minutes. Excuse me. Oh, hi, Maya. I forgot you were in here.
Oh, your dog?
Yeah, she's laying behind me. I forgot. She was so quiet.
Oh, yes, indeed. Here we go again. Faucets be running.
I trip over... Yeah, Pappy, that's what I'm talking about. I trip over dookies in my yard all the time.
I love Gordo. He's such a good dude. His birthday was a couple of days ago.
2 days ago? Yeah.
Yeah, his wife's birthday too.
Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of people on Facebook, so I'm always seeing them.
Yeah.
She didn't show up tonight, but Donna Stokes, she usually shows up in chat. Her birthday is today.
Aw.
I write shit down, if I know you're, just if you show up, I'll wish you a happy birthday,
Exactly. My birthday's coming up too.
Belle, good night. Good to
Bell,
see you. Is that serious? What does that mean? See, I can't do that. I can't get involved in chat. I'll look for questions, but I'll see something that catches my eye and be like at the end of the conversation.
My phone died.
Oh.
See, I can't
right.
see. I can't see the. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I see all the chat.
Aussie Tiger, what's up, buddy? February 12th is my birthday. Right on. Big Rob, sing birthday song, Moog. No. No. Good night, Rex. Well, everybody seems to be bouncing out of here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Christy, thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. I'm sorry that, like I said, I've been blowing my nose, well, catching, you know.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
Doesn't bother me. Anthony Jackson, no. He says, Mogs, in your explorations, do you ever feel that you brought home an attachment? No. Stray dog. Cat. About it. But yeah, guys, I will be back here on Thursday. And then I don't have anybody planned right now for Thursday. I have a list I got to go through, and I might have somebody by then. Next Tuesday, LA Swamp Ape, Louisiana Swamp Ape will be here, Carl Goutreau. So that should be good. Seems to be the flavor of the week. Carl's popping up over, everywhere. So yeah, it's funny. Carl's been around for a while, and I've yet to talk to him. So I'm looking forward to that.
Before you end the chat, I got to talk to you. Like when you end the chat.
Sure. I'll hang out backstage. If you want to say goodnight now. And then I'll...
Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a blessed night and blessed day tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Cryptid 559, what's up, man? You are late. Very late. Now you're at the end. Sorry, Javier. Watch the replay. What's going on for Christmas shows? I'll be on Christmas Eve. As far as who's doing what on Christmas, I have no idea. But I will be on Christmas Eve. But as always, man, you guys have been awesome. I want to thank you guys so much for showing up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's always fun having Duke around, and Christy. Christy makes me laugh. If you guys did enjoy, this show, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share. If you're new, do subscribe. It's pretty fun. Yeah, that's about it. But again, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you so much to my mods. You guys do such a wonderful job. Can't thank you enough. I will see you guys in 2 days. All right, I'll be here Thursday, and we'll do it all again. All right. So you guys have a wonderful night, and peace and God bless, guys. See you soon.